We have joining us Nigeria's Consul General to the United States, Honorable Ben Okoyen. He joins us now from New York. Honorable Consul General, thank you for joining us on Diplomatic Channel.
Thank you very much for having me on this platform.
And I hope you're keeping well, considering the high number of people who have contracted the coronavirus in the United States.
We are doing our best to ensure that we are safe, not just only us, Nigerians, to keep talking to them, and the need to obey the regulations put by the local authorities.
Okay, so the highest number of evacuations that have taken place for Nigerians abroad has been from where you are, the United States, New Jersey, the airport in New York. You've been in charge of coordinating these large numbers so that as many people as possible are being evacuated. How has that been? Tell us your experience.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yes, this has been a trying time for everyone, particularly for those of us who are outside that need to take care of our citizens who are stranded. Based on the directive of Mr. President to evacuate as many Nigerians as possible that are stranded, we in New York have been actually coordinating the evacuation exercises in the United States of America. So far, it's been very taxing, enormous task, and it's something that is worth doing for our citizens. And what we have experienced so far is the cooperation from Nigerians obeying the guidelines and the regulations for us to take on this exercise. It's been very smooth. It's been easy with the cooperation of Nigerian community. So far, we have undertaken 3 evacuations, one to Abuja on the 9th of May. Then we have also done another one to Lagos on the 3rd of July. We conducted another evacuation to Abuja on 17th. In all, we have done so far 806 Nigerians who were stranded in the United States of America, to Nigeria. So far, it's been challenging and it's been good.
Can you explain to us the process of the evacuation from the time people, signify interest that they want to return to the country up until the time when they do board the aircraft and are flown all the way down home?
Well, yes, like you said, is registration is the first process. We expect that every Nigerian who want to be evacuated need to indicate that interest, and that requires the Nigerians to register with any of our missions. It could be New York, it could be Atlanta, it could be Washington, D.C. So the missions are working together in all of these, and we'll compile the names and to see if the numbers are that high and is enough for us to arrange for a flight. Once that is ascertained, we'll arrange for a flight and seek clearance from Nigeria. And once that is done, we'll put up a public notice informing the prospective evacuees about the details of the flight and the payment modalities. And all prospective evacuees are expected to pay for their tickets directly with the airlines. And after that, they need to forward, a copy of the ticket and other personal details in terms of their phone numbers, in terms of their email addresses and the addresses they intend to stay in Nigeria and the next of kin. Once that is done, we also expect them, based on the guidelines from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, for them to go for COVID tests.
I want to stay with the test just for a bit, and I want to know if, there are specific hospitals where Nigerians can go to get the test done, or they're allowed to go to any of the facilities in order to get this test, or are they being done at the consulate? And does the consulate provide information on where they can go to get the test done?
Well, COVID-19 test is a criterion for them to be on board this evacuation flight. But the consulate or the missions don't have any role to play in this. It's entirely the evacuees' choice to go where they want to do this test. But in case where maybe anyone want our assistance in terms of maybe making a recommendation for them, particularly some Nigerian doctors who have been very helpful in this period, we made few cases of recommendation to people to go those places where they have challenges and where to go.
Are they also paying for the tests themselves?
Well, that depends on where the evacuee chooses to go. In terms of places where government has provided, I think they are free. There are other places where people also have to pay for their tests. It depends on how fast they want it. So it all depends.
Our conversation with the Honorable Consul General continues after the break. And in the US, over 3 million people have contracted the coronavirus. Are there Nigerians who are among this number? Do you have a rough idea how many may have come down with COVID-19?
Yes, so some Nigerians are also infected with the coronavirus, and there are a few cases that have been reported to us in the consulate and in our missions. And we also do know that there are so many other cases that we may not be aware of. So, yes, Nigerians are also affected in this COVID-19 within this period.
But you don't know the number of people. You can't hazard a guess on the number of people who may have contracted the coronavirus while in the United States.
Yeah, but no, that figure is not readily available. Like I mentioned, some may choose to report to us, some others may not report. We have also reported those ones that have made available to us. So we have no data at the moment to know the number of Nigerians who are affected.
Just wondering if the consulate does provide any assistance in the event that someone does report to the consulate that they have contracted the coronavirus. Is there any assistance that is given to these ones, maybe in the form of health insurance or providing some emotional or social support?
Yeah, we do. That's why we're here. A few cases where, some of them are travelers, they just come and got stranded, have these issues. We link them to some of our doctors, like I mentioned, our Nigerian doctors who have been working closely with us, who have been very helpful, particularly making prescriptions and advising them on how best to manage the situation. And a lot of them and get those kind of assistance. Some, don't have food. Some are actually stranded. We'll also have to look for a way of assisting them, ensure that they are comfortable, they feel belong. As a country, their country is concerned and willing to assist them at this point in time. So those emotional support has been given when we are aware of the situation.
And many Nigerians do come to the embassy and the consulate, of course, for passport renewals. That's something that has been mentioned a few times over the years, how difficult it is obtaining a Nigerian passport and how difficult it is trying to renew a Nigerian passport. Has the process become a lot easier now?
Yeah, indeed, it has become easier now, more so since the missions are now working together, sharing information, and looking for the best way to assist Nigeria in this regard. In the past, it wasn't so easy, and more so for the applicants to also understand the processes and for them to also have access to the mission. We have opened our doors since my arrival, to Nigerians, and it's becoming so easy. So many can attest to this. And because Nigerians are so many, and so many people who want the service at the same time, some may not get it at the time they want it. So there may be a few complaints here and there, but generally, the processes have become simplified. You just need to get appointment and do your payments and come to the consulate and wait for when it will come out, and where they have few technical issues to be explained to them. They will be asked to be patient and wait for when we could get the issues resolved.
And was there any intervention from the consulates when the U.S. government announced that change in a visa policy against foreign students studying in American universities, facing the possibility of deportation? Although that has been rescinded, but was the consulate involved, uh, with Nigerian students who are there in the United States who might have been affected by this policy had it continued?
Well, unfortunately, that news was coming at this time of the coronavirus. So, I'm sure that there was a lot of panic and anxiety in the heart of a lot of parents who have left their children there for school. Some were calling on how they can return and all of that. So, but luckily, the the government still reason to rescind the decision, and so far, I think no Nigerian need to, you know, leave the United States of America on the account of what was announced earlier as that policy. So we 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 are on ground in terms of issues like that. We advise that they need to call the consulate and the embassy, in the United States of America for assistance, even to register their presence. In that way, we know what is going on with them.
I have just one final question, Honorable Consul General, and thank you for your patience. Alleged fraudster Hush Puppy was extradited to the United States from the United Arab Emirates. Is the consulate or the Nigerian embassy concerned about this, seeing that if it was the other way around, for example, if this was an American citizen, no government will be extraditing a citizen like this?
Well, Nigeria government is supportive of fight against crime anywhere in the world, and equally expect all Nigerians in diaspora to be of good ambassadors to their country, Nigeria. We are concerned when few cases of crime are reported in the pages of newspaper, and people tend to define that as use that to define Nigeria. That is a very wrong thing to do. As far as Nigeria is concerned, Nigeria is made up of 200 million, over 200 million people, and the percentage of those reported to have one crime or the other is far, far insignificant compared to those who are doing, good things to promote, a great country. So it is important for us to be concerned because we people are defining us in a very wrong way, and Nigerians are very good people, resilient, particularly in the United States of America. There's a lot that is being done by Nigerians. And the Friday flight that I told you about on the 17th of July, when we were there, the medical team that takes care of the processes for us to ensure that people are COVID-19 free and all of that, the temperature checks, is Nigerian doctors. We don't pay any cover for it. Community service, they come there and do all of that. So if so many people are doing that on notice, but the negative news will sell, but people will not notice all these good things they are doing. Dr. Philip Ozoa, the president and the CEO of Montefiore Medical Group, one of the biggest medical groups in the United States of America, He's a Nigerian. He's a president. He's a CEO, doing very well. He was in the airport to lend his support to what we were doing. He came there to bid farewell to Nigerians who were evacuated. Those are people we are proud of. We have people like Dr. Adebayo Ogunlesi, the man who bought Gatwick Airport in the United Kingdom. Is very big in aviation industry. Is respected in this place. There are so many of like minds of
Indeed.
this category here in the United States of America. So Nigeria is not defined by few persons who commit one crime or the other. Nigeria is playing big in the United States of America. Nigerians are in the forefront fighting coronavirus. A lot is happening that we need to be proud of. I'm really proud of Nigerians.
And we are proud of you, Honorable Consul General Ben Okoyen. Thank you again for spending time chatting with us on Diplomatic Channel, sharing your thoughts on these issues, clearing up some of them, and also for representing Nigeria. We do wish you well in your tour of the United States.
Thank you very much, Marichi. Thank you for having me.
Just a reminder here that the Nigerian High Commission in the UK has announced the closure of air peace evacuation flights from the UK scheduled for August 8th. And that'll be all on the program today. I'm Amarachi Ubani. Thanks for watching.